All right, so I had one of my subscribers ask me about 2 months ago to make a video on how to make fishing darts, workable fishing darts. Now this is something that has been a bane for me. I'm not going to lie, it's been a massive struggle for me, because if you use a very soft steel, it bends when it hits the fish. If you use a very hard steel, when the fish rolls, it breaks it. It's been a nightmare. Tim Wells's way is take a nice broadhead. You can buy broadheads from the Slockmaster, and he just cuts V's in the back, which form barbs. I find that those are very hard to shoot through certain fish, especially things like carp, quillback carp. I don't even think Tim Wells has ever shot one. So, you know, there's things like that. I'm going to just quickly give you a quick rundown on how to pretty much forge your own. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the footage. Okay, so there it is there. It's 1.5 hands, should be about that. This is double the length of my usual darts. The reason being for that is the amount you can shoot underwater. As soon as your cap hits the water, it really slows the dart down. So we're just going to get this guy straightened up, and then we're going to knock the one side flat, and yeah, then it's to the grinding wheel. But let me get straightened up. Okay, that is as straight as you're going to get it. Now just to flatten it. Okay, now as you can see, it's nice and flat. What we're going to do now is, you want your barb to sit about there. You don't want it, because you want a long piece at the beginning, and then the barb to sit over here. The reason being for that is, when it goes into the fish, if you can just imagine that being a point like that, when it goes into the fish, if it doesn't have a very big spiky piece in the front, what it can actually do is it can twist around and come out again. So we're going to leave a nice big head on the front, and then it's going to go into the barb here at the back. Okay, so let's go take it to the emery wheel. What you should have is something that looks a little bit like that. Now this is, we're going to just go get a hacksaw, steel saw. All you're going to do is put it in a vise, take your hacksaw, and you're just going to cut a nice little notch into it. Notice how I'm cutting on the back pull, I'm not cutting on the forward pull. You will break your shaft off if you do that. Okay. Okay. And there it is. You've got a barb on a shaft. You can beat this thing a bit further down and make a second barb here. I see a lot of people do that, but unless you're shooting a soft fish like a catfish, you will never get to that second barb. I'm going to go just quickly show you shooting a carp with this, and then yeah, you'll see how this works. Alright, so just also to show you guys how not to do it, I'm just going to show you what would happen is if you just tied it on like this. So we're just going to do that, and what you'll see is it will actually just slide off. Okay, you see now this, the problem with this is no matter how hard it will slide back and forward on this thing. You do not want that. You actually want it to be fixed in one spot. So if you want to fix that, it's actually quite easy to do. All that you've got to do is you've got to roughen one spot. I really like doing that just with a wheel. So just take a wheel, find a spot, just go like that. Now it is roughened, so when it gets there, see, it's a little bit rougher. It can bite it, and therefore it won't come off. Now you can tie your line to the front here. What happens then is when you shoot it, it pulls it downwards because your line gets pulled like that and throws your dart off. If you tie your shaft in the middle, a lot of people do that. I don't like it because it destabilizes the dart. What I like to do is I like to tie it right near the back, because then what happens is when you shoot it, it's actually getting pulled from behind, which is keeping the dart straight. So just basic information that you guys will need before you guys can shoot anything. Okay, so two things I forgot to add. Firstly, the dart itself, the cap. The cap must be a very, very loose fit. You want it to be able to fit the cord around it. See, look, fit the cord quite nicely without worrying about it getting stuck. So you can still shoot it out even if it does get the cord caught between the dart and the pipe. That is one thing I needed to mention to you. And also obviously you load it in the front. You don't load it in the back like you do a regular dart. So you load it in the front, and yeah, then you shouldn't have any problems. And of course I've modified a blowgun to be able to shoot fish today. This is a koi plunge slash it's also got some common carp in it, so I'm going to just shoot a common carp just to show you how effective these darts actually are. Just leave my cell phone there so it doesn't go. Yes, and it could be a lot fuller, this dam, and it would probably be better for the fish, but I've been getting rid of some of the things I don't want. So you can see all the young carp and koi, lots of them. There's one right there. Broke the barb off. Shit. Okay. Let's see what happened. Well, I got it. Not exactly sure where I hit it, and then it killed itself by swimming into a stone and breaking my barb off on the rocks. Not exactly the method I wanted to show you. Okay, so that is the fishing dart. Unfortunately it just snapped the barb off, as you can see there. But if there hadn't been rocks there, it wouldn't have been able to do that. But that's quite a big carp. I mean, that must be, what's this, like 3 kilograms, 4 kilograms. So yeah, awesome fish. So yeah, that is the fishing dart, and if you have a look there, it broke the tip off the dart. This guy killed himself because he swam into a rock really hard once he was shot. Alright, so for your sake I went and made another dart, exactly the same way I made the first one. So I'm going to just show you guys quickly how to tie this line on. Firstly, you make a loop, okay, put it on the shaft, and all you're going to do is you're just going to wrap it going back towards the end of your loop. Nice and simple. Alright, now you've got your loop and you've got your string, and just put your string through. Actually, let's just go a little bit more so that I use up some of the string. It's a bit long and I don't have a knife here to cut it. Okay, that's good enough. Just put your loop through the string. If you pull this one, and what you should have is you should have a knot on it that looks something like it's just bound. See that? Now you should have something to cut that string off. I don't with me. I'm just going to use the same cap as I did before. Already pulled it off the wire. Okay, so we've shot a carp, and unfortunately there's lots of rocks and stuff in there, so chances of it breaking it off again is quite high. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to show you guys just a quick video on how to shoot a catfish as well. I'm just going to shoot a catfish instead of the carp. I know you guys are like, why have you got such small ponds for such big fish? At the end of the day, I breed fish in these ponds and then I take the spawn elsewhere. So that's the carp we've already shot. So now it's just a catfish we need to shoot. Now there's a big catfish over there. Don't really want to shoot him. I will shoot him if I don't see any other catfish, but I'm pretty sure we'll see another catfish. There's lots in here. Might be another fish. That's exactly what there was. Okay, well, really left me no choice. Like you see, and the dart just sticks nicely. Look at that. Okay, this is only a catfish I introduced here recently, so shame, poor catfish. But the dart isn't going to come out. And I mean, I want to fight it too hard. Okay. But the dart won't come out of that catfish. Okay, obviously in a bigger pond it would fight a lot harder. So obviously if you can get another dart into your fish, then that's going to be much better for you. One dart is shouldn't really be enough to land a big fish like this. But you can see how nicely it sticks. I mean, that fish is fighting me, I'm fighting it. He's going nowhere, I'm going nowhere. You can actually see how nicely it's working. The other thing that I see some people do is they actually attach a rod onto their thing, so because whenever you want to reel it in, it goes slack, see? So some people don't like that. I don't mind it. But anyway, I'm just going to pull this fish out, get a photo with the two of them, and then yeah, as you can see, testing darts. These darts are good. These darts are good. It's not like they're not going to work. Let's just flick them up. Yeah. Wait. All right. There it is. That's where it went in. But that was enough for me to land this fish with relative ease. All right. I'm gonna get this other fish. All right, ladies and gents, so I don't think you can say that these darts won't kill fish. There's obviously can always be improvements on current designs, but yeah, that's the catfish. This is the carp I shot, and yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please, if you haven't done so, hit that like and hit that subscribe button. See you next week.